Hello guys, it's Mr. Elliott again from New Beginnings Family Academy, Ms Crowley's 6th grade class. Today we were going over lesson 13. Still had very much to do with ratios, and here I have actually your homework that you received tonight. So I'm going to be actually going over today's lesson using this homework. So for those of you who are watching the video, you might actually get some really good help in finishing your homework tonight. So this is going to show us basically how we can find the value of a ratio, how it can be determined using a ratio table, which you see here. Okay, now on your homework you have this table in the summary portion already completed and filled out. That's fine. I'm simply going to fill it out again step by step to just show you how we got the answers that are there. So for the first one, the first ratio here we see is very clear. It says 1 to 4, okay? So we're gonna ask ourselves, in order to fill in the rest of this part of the table, we ask ourselves, how do we get from 1 to 4? Well, we know if we multiply 1 times 4, that gets us 4, okay? So if we do that here, that means we have to do that for each and every ratio in the table, so that we make sure everything has the same ratio, because it's going to require the same value of 4 here. So 1, to get to 4, we multiply by 4. Same thing here. 2 times 4, I'm going to multiply by 4, that ratio value, to get what this number is going to be. So 2 times 4, that'll be 8. Okay? Same thing here with the 3. 3 times 4. That'll give me 12. Same thing here. 4 times 4. That'll give me 16. Okay? Now, here, this is what you're on your homework you don't see. I just added some imaginary dotted lines to add 2 more additional spaces here to extend the table. And this is just so you can get some practice, again, understanding exactly how we're getting these numbers filled in the table. Now, let's say I had in this box, let's say it was, we added 5, okay? To figure out what I'm going to get right here, I'm going to multiply the 5 by 4. That's going to give me 20, okay? Let's say if I had 10 right here, okay? No matter how big the number, no matter how big of a jump, I'm still going to maintain the same ratio value multiplying by 4. 10 times 4 is going to give me 40. All right? Moving on to your homework, you have the problem set portion now. The problem set says it calls for 1 cup of white sugar and 3 cups of brown sugar. Okay? Make a table showing the comparison of the amount of white sugar to the amount of brown sugar. So when I make this table, they want to know what my ratio value is going to be. The ratio I'm concerned with finding is white sugar to the amount of brown sugar. So I'm going to have, pretend I'm making a ratio here. The number that should go here is white sugar to brown sugar. That's the number that's going to go here. Well, just looking right back at the word problem, the recipe needs 1 cup of white sugar and 3 cups of brown sugar. So I have 1 cup of white sugar, 3 cups of brown sugar. So I'm just going to fill those 2 in. 1 cup of white sugar to 3 cups of brown sugar. All right? Now, if I wanted to fill in the rest of this table, what do I do here? How do I get from 1 to 3? What do I multiply? What value can I multiply times 1 to get me 3? 1 times 3. correct? Okay, so I'm gonna go here. Let's say now I have 2 cups of white sugar. How many cups of brown sugar am I gonna need? How do I figure that out? I'm going to multiply by the same value, times 3. 2 times 3, 6, okay? And so on. This is to the extent of how far we went in class today. I hope you guys are able to remember exactly how to fill in the rest of your table. The rest of the questions that are on your homework are all going to derive, they're all going to depend on this table and this concept here. So feel free to rewind the video, watch it as many times as you need to, pause it, work on it, get as much practice, and make sure you bring in that homework tomorrow, okay guys?